Salaam Alaykum. This is Sheikh Ibrahim Ansari, and today I'm going to talk about care and feeding of the spiritual heart. And I'll do a quick introduction to Sufism so that we can share the vocabulary. First is, what is Sufism? Well, there are some who say that it's always been here. It's commonly believed that every prophet, like in most religions, draws from the underground river of Sufi wisdom. In this sense, it predates Judaism, Christianity, Buddhism, Islam, as well as the sciences, psychology, and health. The sacred texts from those and other religions contain elements of the simple but profound principles of Sufism, also known as tasawwuf. The materials from those sacred texts and teachings provide the same brief to the various cultures throughout time and around the world. It's always the same information, but adapts to the specific needs of the time, the people, the language, and the culture. For example, Rumi, that's Mevlana Jalaluddin Rumi, the well-known poet of the 14th century, is the founder and spiritual master of a Sufi school called the Mevlevi. The meditation of turning became part of the training. My mentors are Murshid Taner Ansari and Murshida Muzain Ansari, with the Ansari branch of the Qadri Rifai Tariqa. Sufi training currently resides in Islam, that religion being the latest update to the message, as well as containing the most current tools to help connect us to the divine. Sufism itself is not a religion. It is an ancient but still relevant way to learn how you and the divine connect. The project of clearing away what is not you is person-specific and therefore cannot be generalized. It adapts to the precise culture, language, and environment it settles in. The communication is carried orally by those who undergo the rigorous training, which often takes several decades, and have received permission to continue the carrying on of the original teachings. Some of the vocabulary I will be using is, the first word, Allah, and that refers to that intelligence and love that permeates the universe, flows in our veins and hearts, and spins in the quantum states, also understood as love. Nefs. These are the attachments, habits, and identities that interfere with being our true self. Hu is the essence of Allah, or the Spirit. Zikr means remembrance of the divine, of Allah. Adab, doing what is the most appropriate thing to do in this moment. Just a quick side note. Wikipedia and other knowledge collectors almost always mention that Sufism is a mystical form of Islam, or some buzzword. It isn't. The magical fascination of mysticism is really a distraction and misunderstanding of what the main message has always been. Learn who you truly are. Care and feeding of the spiritual heart. Beyond mindfulness is heartfulness. Out of all the glorious things that are priceless exquisite and rare. The most precious of all silver, gold, and jewels in our possession is our heart. Our body is doing zikr, remembrance, to stay alive, pounding out the message, Allah, 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 Allah. Breathing, we are saying, Hu. We've been given two incredible gifts from our loving Creator: our spiritual heart that is connected to the source of creation, and choice. We've been given the freedom to choose to be with our heart and Allah or not. If we choose to be with Allah, there are certain hurdles to overcome, and part of earning our closeness to the divine requires us to deal appropriately with our nafs. This moment, this now, could be when we finally understand this choice, when we can finally leave adulthood and enter the new world of maturity. An adult has a serious list of duties and responsibilities and takes them and themselves very seriously, with worry, stress, and concern for the bottom line varies day by day. However, when we seek maturity, that's when we understand our place in the universe better. We no longer take ourselves so seriously that we cannot play or seek beauty and exhibit gratitude for these precious few moments in a kaleidoscopic world of ever-changing surprises and challenges. To be able to hear your heart, because it does speak to us, we have to silence the brain long enough to hear what the heart wants. Notice that the word hear is in the spelling of the word heart. Everybody always asks, how do I know it's my heart speaking and not my brain or my nafs or my imagination? If it is your nafs or brain, the subject or object will usually start with I or include me. For example, I want, I need, please make me rich. There's a constant nagging noise, nag, 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 nag. There is no selfishness with the heart. When it is pleased, we feel a sense of purpose and meaning to our life. The heart will not argue. It won't try to persuade or want anything illegal or contrary to the moral code. It revels in love. And it is pleased when there is happiness, compassion, awareness, or adab present. It lives and exists with Allah's love, and by following its hints we can become fulfilled. It is what gives us purpose. The heart is connected to Allah. That is why one of our zikrs includes the name of Allah, Ya Latif, the subtle one. Connecting with the heart is a finely balanced action. Allah is both obvious with the outer, but whispers the secrets of creation through the heart within you. This world is in a constant state of transformation, and it's easy to get lost in or trapped by any part of it. And it's truly marvelous that Allah's manifestations are exhibited through matter interacting with other matter, And thus it is normal to become distracted, fascinated by matter stuff. It is often difficult to extract ourself from the roiling insistence of not just things, but also relationships. Life turns complicated so easily and quickly. Family, work, relationships, and career, we often forget to listen to our heart when everyone is acting from the script they've already written. But when you can, extract yourself from the ongoing drama. Get away from the script, get off the stage, and go sit in the audience. Your heart's perspective will guide you towards a more moderate and clear through line. You will find that it can guide you. And there are suggestions it will offer if you are listening and quiet and looking for them. It is the heart that will help you understand and learn from the experiences. This spiritual gravity is what pulls you towards the divine. However, again, you can always choose not to learn or grow. That way, nothing's going to hurt you, and your life will remain the same. Except that kind of stagnant existence is the other force that's pulling you into the world that is forever metamorphosing. Which means, because you did not choose to change, you will be constantly changed by nature itself. We are continually choosing which magnetic pole we wish to be drawn into. There is the whirlpool that will suck you in, spit you out before you even know it. It is contractive and tends to make you feel small and insignificant. It's the one that says, "What's the point?" It creates a disconnection that's going to lead to depression and meaninglessness. The spiritual, angelic, or divine energy is also going to draw you in, but it is gentler and expansive. There is the additional love bonus that makes the effort and focus embody meaning and substance. To keep the heart alive and present, you need to be focused on what kind of nutrients it thrives on. This is going to require some experimentation and observation. Staying present with the heart, even that feeds the heart. So, what feeds yours? Well, one thing you know is that when your heart is being nourished, you're going to feel happy, content, loving, present, sincere, honest, caring, peaceful, grounded, playful, courteous, generous, creative, understanding, compassionate, and objective. Of course, when you're not with your heart, you're going to be busy thinking about the next thing to do, worried, stressed, and afraid of what people will say, and you're going to feel disconnected. The heart connects us to the micro and macro universes with all the wonders to explore. We will never be able to see the whole picture puzzle, but it is only the heart that can smoothly navigate the great swells, riptides, hurricanes, and tsunamis. What is especially interesting is that we see less than 5% of the universe. Most of it is invisible because it is out of the range of our senses. That means just because you can't see it doesn't mean that it isn't there. And that means the majority of this wonderful show that we're part of is unseen. Now, the more we strive for maturity, the more we're going to be able to develop our subtle receptors. And that's another reason why tuning into the heart is going to expand your perceptions. Now, the first thing we know is that everything in this universe vibrates. For example, we hear about 20 to 20,000 cycles per second. That's from the bottom of the piano to the very top. Now, ascending in these cycles, when we go faster, we begin to go into radio waves. And those are the connectors that you're able to listen to the phone with that computer in your pocket. But because the spiritual heart perceives subtle frequencies not decipherable by equipment, the information that we access is through a delicate and practiced focus. This idea of listening to the heart requires a continual state of sincerity and humility. Sometimes this is known as surrender. And the heart does not respond well to arrogance and egotism. You can't push it. It prefers empathy, compassion, love, and the struggle needed to practice and grow. It does not need to be manifesting. It does not need ambition, fame, wealth, or power. Those are the distractions. And like I said before, this has been known for thousands of years. For example, this excerpt is from the Tao Te Ching, written about 15 to 10 before Common Era. It, Allah, is unseen because it is colorless. It is unheard because it is soundless. When seeking to grasp it, it eludes one because it is incorporeal. Because of these qualities, it cannot be examined, and yet they form an essential unity. Superficially, it appears difficult to understand, but in its depths, it is not obscure. It has been nameless forever. It appears and then disappears. It is what is known as the form of the formless, the image of the imageless. It is called the transcendental. Its face cannot be seen in front or its back behind. But by holding fast to the Tao, or holding on to the rope of Allah, of the ancients, the wise one may understand the present, because they know the origin of the past. This is the clue to the Tao, or Allah. Let me know if you have any questions. Please email me, info@ansarisufiorder.org. Thanks for listening. This is Shaykh Ibrahim Ansari. Salaam Alaykum. Salaam Alaykum, murids, seekers, curious, and interested listeners. We appreciate you and are happy to share our Sufi message. Your donation will help support our Sufi Center in Sydney, where we do zikr, sohbet, spiritual counseling, and healing services. We believe the message should be free. but it costs equipment, rental, services, software, and hardware to get this to you. So thank you for choosing our podcast among all the millions available. If you go to our website, AnsariSufiOrder.org, you will be able to donate through PayPal whatever you think this information is worth to you. Blessings and love, the Australian Ansari Sufi Order.